Today I'm going to show you this Xbox One console. It has the red and blue, under there with the skull. And this one has a fan modification. You can make the fan a lot quieter or a lot louder, which will run more or less. Make it cooler or let it be warm. And you don't want that, so. And this also has the hotswop mod in it, where this is the eject button, the red one is the eject, and the black button is the inject. You push the eject button whenever there is not a disc in. See how the disc is in here and it's spinning? If that disc stops, then you can push the red button. But do not push that red button unless the disc has stopped spinning. Otherwise you could damage the disc. So we'll just make sure, disc ain't spinning when we're running it. So how it works is we have a disc in it now. If I were to, in a minute I'm going to let it stop spinning, because what I've done is I've put the game in the console and it is loaded into the console right there. And we got, as you can see, the disc, it's Black Ops 3. We're going to go in, see, look, we're playing from this disc. I can even go down and quit and reload it to show you that it is the disc that is spinning in this CD drive. It'll reload in a second. There it is. Okay, so it's loading the disc, or loading the game save, because once you put this disc in the first time, it's going to install, and then every time that you put the disc in, the disc will actually stop spinning after a certain period of time. Oh, there it is. See that? The disc has stopped spinning. Alright, so now the disc has stopped spinning, but yeah, we're still playing our game on our console. So what this mod is to remove the disc without the console registering it's been removed. Okay, so what you can do this is basically borrow a friend's game and then return it to them the same day, or have two consoles and run the same disc off two consoles at the same time. So we've got it all loaded. The disc has stopped. We know it has stopped, so it is okay to push the red button. Do not, once again, push the red button until that disc has stopped, or damaging the disc could happen. So we push the eject button. As you see, it starts to eject the disc. I just go a little further. There we go. Okay, so the disc is out, and the console's still loaded. Still loaded the console right there. Loaded right up. Now, if I were to take this and I were to originally put it in before I load this game up and get it to be able to be taken out and it stopped spinning, if I wanted to put the disc in, normally it would just put this up here and it would go in. Well, it won't. You have to put it up here and you come over to the side and you push the black button to inject the disc, and then you'll see it take the disc in. You push and hold on that button, boom, and we now have a disc that's in the drive. But it's not going to spin because it doesn't know that you even took the disc out. So now you've seen how to hot swap and how to inject the disc. So we're going to take the disc out right now, and we're going to go back up here, and you're going to see the TV's on. We're going to push the eject button. Boom, there goes our game. Now we do not have our game anymore. Come down here. Hey, there's nothing in the disk drive. Why? Right in there, oh, see that? No. I'll click on it, and I can't load it because there's no disk. So you go down and you click here just so that you can see the disk icon when you put it in. Okay, there's the disk, and you place it in the console, up to the console, make sure it's tight, snug, and then you come over to the black button again and you press the eject button. Oop, not far enough in. There we go. and then push the eject button. Brings the disc in. Now the disc isn't going to spin. It's not going to spin because it's not noticing you put it in. So you got to push the eject button twice. Boom, there's the disc. It starts spinning immediately. So we come back up here and we wait. Boom. It's going to load. Reload it. And see that? Hang on. Yeah. Now the cool part about this is because you're able to take the disc out, you could rent a game and use it for a day and then bring it back, and you could actually have it for longer than a day, just as long as you don't press the eject button or press the turn off the console button. As long as you don't do those two things, it will still think the disc is in there even though it had stopped and you took it out. The cool part is you can go home and you can go down to your other games and you could click games, and if you had installed games to the hard drive, you could just go right over to your installed games and select them, but I don't have any. Select it and then play it, and then you could go home after you got done playing it and it would still think the disc is in the drive, so you could click on it and play it. So literally you could watch Netflix and go back to the game at any point. You could literally leave the console on for a month, and as long as you have the fan cranked right up, you'll stay nice and cool. So I don't know, this is the console. I hope you like it. Let me know.